Fear and Hunger is a game known for not pulling its punches. Its atmospheric horror is tripled by the absolute cruelty in which the game's enemies treat the playable characters. There is no plot armor in Fear and Hunger, only raw violence and senseless brutality. And that is why I wanted to make a drinking game out of the lowest and most miserable moments in the game. There is a lot going on in this game, and I absolutely love it for that. But, in my opinion, the moments that stick out the most are the unique game over scenes. These are the moments that stick with you after you've put the game down and make you question your sanity and mental stability. I thought it would be a fun idea to rank Funger's various game over scenes and take a drink for the tier they belong in. I do want to say there are some game over scenes I missed, and this is in part due to me streaming it on Twitch and being a little careful with the content that I was putting on the website as to not get banned, but also just because these were the ones that stuck out to me the most, and if I did every single game over scene or potential coin flip attack, I feel we would have been there for a very long time. That being said, maybe we'll do something like that in the future. I don't know. Everyone seemed to really enjoy it, even though most of my chat are not Fear and Hunger fans. Anyways, how this is going to work is we're going to go through the different game overs that I chose to be the most notable for me as a player of the game, and we are going to rank them S through D. I'm going to spin the wheel, and whatever enemy we land on, we will watch their game over scene and discuss as a chat how we feel about what we just watched and experienced. Then we will place it in a tier based off of how much that game over scene made us want to drink to forget what we just watched. S tier stands for soju. Normally I would do a shot of liquor, but trying to survive this video, ideally. A tier will be 5 sips, B tier will be 3 sips, and C tier will be 1 sip. And D tier, drink some water, you probably need it. Those are the rules if you would like to play along responsibly while we go through these different game overs. And if there's one we missed you'd like to see in the future, please feel free to let me know in chat. We also do this live over on my Twitch channel, so if you'd like to check me out there, I would love to see you over there. Anyways, let's get into it. If strong violence is like not your shtick, and a lot of sexual assault violence is not your shtick, we'll be back to ARC in like 45 minutes. I just wanted everyone to know that before we get into it, because this is a very goofy game. Will the nail be in there? No! Oh god, no, I forgot about the nail. We'll do an honorable mention for a nail. There's a couple of ones that you guys haven't seen yet, because I knew they were there and did everything in my power to avoid them. So we have this wheel, so we're gonna spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, we're gonna go watch that game over. So I think I have too many moving parts. I think I added too many, like with the wheel and everything, but I don't really fucking care. This is how I want to do it because I feel like this is going to be fun. So as you see, we have all of our unique endings down there, and we have S, A, B, C, and D. So we're going to watch these game overs, and then based off of how much we want to drink, based off of what we just watched, the content we just watched, that's how we're going to sort it. I will ultimately have the final say, but I would love if we could come to a group consensus here. But anyways, let's get started, because I'm very much looking forward to this. Okay, oh my gosh, nothing broke when I switched screens. That's insane. I can't even tell where, like, the thing is. We'll make it bigger next time. Oh, great, what a beautiful way to start. This is the one I had to go back to some old footage for. It's very goofy. This is one of the first game overs people normally get in this game, and it is so fucking insane. So anyways, I'm gonna hide my webcam on this one since 2 cobs is too many, but just know I'm we're watching together.
Fucking all right, you want to play that game? Get fucked, nerd. No shot. He's able to swing at me after I cut his dick off. That's fucking stupid. Why do I
Okay, yeah, wild one to start out with, truth be told. That was like one of my first playthroughs of that fucking game. And so you can't see it because I'm scared Twitch is gonna kick me off if we watch it. But I think you can put together enough context clues to figure out what that was. Had to be that first one. Yeah, hard to beat that one. Insane start. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I don't know about you guys, but that feels kind of like an S tier soju. Especially just getting it right out the gate. So We're gonna go and put Mr. Guardman with the schlong out, riding shotgun up there, and we're gonna start out with a shot. Oh gosh, okay. I was gonna read out, did that take him off the list? It did, thank God. I was gonna read out their descriptions, but I don't think we really need that. Oh yes, I feel like this is another S tier one, except for a completely different way. We don't see the guard again this time. Oh my God, spoilers, that's crazy. Okay, I guess it's not spoilers, but okay, anyways. All right, that was an S tier. So that's my engaging combos here. Yeah. That was so amazing. The soundtrack, top tier. Another S tier. Cheers. It's less about the fight itself because there's no way to win the fight. It's more that as a new player, you've learned to avoid the guards because that ends you in a very unfortunate manner. You've explored enough at that point to get to that point, and you think you're gonna talk to this dude in potentially get his support in your endeavor because you can recruit him. But instead he summons whatever the fuck that thing is. And like, as a new player, you're like trying to attack him, seeing that's not doing anything, trying to talk to him. He just laughs at you. He gives no fucks about you unless you have one key item that you can only get later in the game. And the music is like just so, and of course the video we watched who actually had the footage, sped through a lot of the dialogue options, but it's like a very much like impending doom soundtrack. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Anyways, I'm gonna stop fangirling over him. Nasra, my favorite part about Nasra though, why can't you see his little head? Oh well, you can see his little, whatever that is. My favorite part about Nasra is he's like a wizard, essentially. He's like not really human anymore. I don't want to pretend to know what he is. But if you bring him to the final boss fight, which is not, you get through all of the new gods, get to the old god, which is like the biggest one, and you go to fight him, and you have Nasra in your party. He gets too excited and burns himself out and like just turns into ash, and like you can't even use him in the last fight. He like starts like spouting all this gibberish and just his little sprite just explodes, and this fucking mouthy ass wizard who's been talking all of this mad shit fucking two pump chumps the boss fight. It's crazy. Anyways, cheers to you, Nasra. An S tier, game over. An S is for soju. Anyways, let's pull up the Wheel of Fortune and run it again. Here we go. Oh, this is, okay, I feel like I'm gonna start sorting all of these as S tier. So maybe you guys should give input instead of me just being like, yeah, that's an S tier. But he's lost the plot a little bit. So I don't know if losing combat to him will trigger this because it's incredibly difficult to lose combat to him because he sucks. But if you try to sleep in the bed near his room and you fail, you get this cutscene that we are going to watch here. And then we're done. Yeah, dude, Chorcher's a little weird fucker. There actually is this really cool. I don't know, actually, in hindsight, I don't know if I would call it cool. I'll be real. I don't know if cool is the right word for it. But there is a way to get one of the, I would say, what's arguably one of the better armors in the game, if not the best. And it's by actually working with Chorcher, you have to talk to him before you try to sleep in the bed and fail. So you talk to him, lead him to Buckman, who's the dude down there, and be like, hey, bro, fuck him up. And then I think he'll give you, I've never done it, so I can't say how to do it. But then eventually this will unlock the penance armor. I don't know, this is also one of those early game, like, hey, just so you know, this game is going to get weird, game overs. But it's not the early guard grape scene, and it's not the first boss battle stuff that you get. So I'm going to put him in A tier, and also because we need to have standards for S tier, otherwise we're going to be taking shots the entire time. Okay, anyways, this is taking way longer than I thought it was. That's okay, because I'm having fun spouting about Fear and Hunger lore. What you said earlier, I know. That's what I was saying. I think Hadoot's right. Oh, this is a fucked up one. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Okay. So this isn't really a game over you get. But it is an ending for someone. Yeah, so the girl, I don't know. So usually Fear and Hunger gives you a good reason to do fucked up shit. So like working with Chorcher, despicable, still gives you penance armor, right? Other stuff in the game where you do extraordinarily fucked up shit. Usually like a marriage, for example, which that isn't an ending we got on this video because we just aren't, but it's a fucked up one. Like a failed marriage. Anyways, failed marriage, really fucked up. Like, there's usually, like, a reason to do fucked up shit, but as far as I'm concerned, there's no reason for this ending other than you need to make space in your party and you're tired of the little girl. But even then, you can trade the little girl to Pocket Cat and the Moon Goddess, I believe she's called, for benefits. Like, you can trade her to Pocket Cat for certain items and books that you may need, and you can trade her to the Moon Goddess to restore limbs and reverse certain status effects. So like there are functional uses of screwing this girl over and like sending her into like the worst possible outcome, but not for this one. And that's why, although it's not a game over for you, I wanted to include it because it's just so goofy, dude. It's like, what was the purpose for this? Like, why did we do this? So anyways, this is going to be one that we're going to need to decide on. I know I said that about Chorcher, but then I kind of made a call on it. But after this, I think we need to have a discussion because this isn't a game over for you. It's just another one of those things. It's like, hey, this is still a fucked up game, just as a reminder. So like I said, there are a lot of functional uses for trading the girl. But yeah, I'm not really sure like what kind of functional use we get out of that one, if any. So it's like fucked up for the sake of being fucked up, but it doesn't teach us anything about the game. But that's not how we're judging it. I've been judging these wrong. That's not how we're judging it. We're judging it based off of how much it makes us want to drink. So, people of the chat, how much did that make you want to drink? Because I'm leaning towards another A tier. Not enough for a soju shot, but enough that I would like to continue to forget. But this is a collaborative experience, and you guys are having to watch it too. I mean, it made me want to drink for sure to forget it. I agree. So I think we're gonna go A tier, which is now officially 5 sips. I'm gonna do 10 though. Cheers. Anyways, moving on. Okay, funny enough, this is the one that I was referencing. So you have to do certain battles, and sometimes you have to attack certain body parts as well in order to get certain game overs. And one of the game overs that you're able to get is from an elite guard, right? But I had some trouble with this, and you will soon find out why, which is part of the reason we had to go to different other creators and get their footage of it. So anyways, and I verified files, uninstalled and reinstalled the game. I don't know how to get around this bug. So this will be going into S tier, but because it made me want to drink quite a bit. What you see here is an error when it's trying to trigger the bad ending, like the unique game over, and it just is like, I don't know, Chief, it's not there. Actually, it's going into D tier. It should be an S tier, but for the sake of it, it's going into D tier. Okay, so now we're getting like the actual ending we were supposed to get, which is wild to get those back to back, but I love a bit of continuity, so let's switch back over to this. This one's like fucked up, but I think this might be a B tier. I need to exit out of that because it's like fucked up. I have some of it blurred out because his schlong is still out and about. But it could be worse. We've seen worse, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, nope. We do not need to watch that one yet. That's another S tier. So yeah, there's that. See, he just beats the shit out of you and laughs at you. Like there's not, I'm thinking a good B tier. I'm definitely thinking like a good B or C. We don't have a B tier yet. I don't know if, I think it might be a C tier. I'm thinking C. B or C, for real. Thank you guys for the input. We'll go with C. Cheers. All right. I'm not going to lie to you. There's a couple more of these left that are S tiers, in my opinion, but wild. But I really want to know your guys' opinion on them, so I'm excited to see that. Okay. This is a good one. No, you guys are going to love this one. Trust me. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, we did. All right, so this one's a little more fucky-wucky. It's in the fucky-wucky category of like, oh, wow, okay. But not like, wow, I need to go sit in a dark room alone. You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna stop monologuing. Interested to see what you guys think of this one. And that's the lizard man ending. S tier. Yeah, he does just yoink your skin. I remember seeing that for the first time and expecting like what we have been conditioned to expect out of this game. And then he was just like, nope, I just want your skin. So Jarvis takes this. Jarvis, take this man's skin. You think an S tier tap? I don't know. That was an interesting one. For skin stealing, A tier. So we classify skin stealing as A tier. That's what I'm getting. We have S tier and A tier. I'm leaning towards A tier because it's definitely like, oh, that was creative. You do just be yoinking your skin. I agree. A tier because sounds like a horrific death. I'm leaning a little more towards A tier. Yeah, I think it's definitely an A tier. So that's 5 sips. Lizard Man is an A plus student. I'm good. I'm subjecting my chat to unimaginable horrors. All right, we're in the home stretch. Oh, this is the one I didn't want to get. Oh, I mean, we were gonna get it eventually, but This is what I'm extraordinarily nervous about. It'll be fine though. It'll be fine. I'm so sorry. Again, I considered taking this one out, but here we are. Because mama ain't raised no bitch. But if you are taking shots tonight for SS for Soju tier, I would just like prep them. So. And if your imagination did not go where I imagine it would go watching that, then good for you. Let me just be the bearer of bad news here. Mr. Harvestman is an S tier. We battled quite a few Harvestmen in our playthrough, and I knew what ending, like what we would watch if we failed. So I was very intentional about not losing to the Harvestmen, because I didn't want to fucking watch that. Let's just say, like, it was like an involuntary hysterectomy, or not like penirectomy. I don't know what the male equivalent. I don't think that castration maybe. Oh, don't worry. I'm happy to explain. I watched I've seen the full one, like without the black box, and it's a little goofy. So technically there's no peen showing, so we could have showed it, but we don't need to do that. So Harvestman, you're an S. The only reason I might put him in A tier is because he fucking sucks, and it's incredibly difficult to even get, but he like tries to pet you. Like it's a very weird encounter, and most people, I feel like, unless they're going for that, are not going to get that ending. Again, because he just sits there and watches you for 3 turns. And then you get a coin flip attack, and if you don't pass it, that's what happens. There's also in Terror and Starvation, which is the second tier of difficulty, you get a game over where, or not a game over, I'm sorry, but while you're like running around in Mahab, which is where he lives, you run by a wall, and if you have the girl, he fucking yoinks the girl. And you find her and him in the Harvestman later on, and he's just sit there and like and is just like petting her, and it is the creepiest fucking thing. Anyways, cheers, Harvestman. I hope to never have to watch that again. You're welcome that you guys didn't have to watch the full thing. Yeah, can you guys at least understand now? Like, dude, I struggled with that for so long. I was like, maybe we just like shouldn't include him. Tap, it's your time to shine! At least I think it is. I don't remember. If Moonless is going to die, it's in this game over, but I don't know. I don't remember. I think we'll see her here, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah! It's your time, buddy! Finally, some normal fucking just killing. For the love of God. Just... I don't want to spoil it, obviously, but... You know. So, Raw, next question. Bryn, what the fuck? So the cool thing about the White Angel is you finish one of the more difficult boss battles, I would say, in Mahab, which is the New Gods. If you guys remember, it's the one we redid like 15,000 times because Moonless kept dying. It's where you have to chain one of your party members up and bleed them, and then you fight the Tormented One the first time, which, Tap, if you remember. The Tormented One is the one that I asked you to do, like, a combination of him and Cat Guy. That's a weird sentence. Anyways, this is an unavoidable battle you have afterwards. It's hard. It's not a boss battle, but it's definitely like you're kind of already down after this big, intense boss battle, and then you get this fucker who you've seen at several points in the game because he's been chained up to a wall. And then you pass the wall and you're like, oh, that fucker's not there anymore. And then he just walks on over to you like a G. Anyways. So I'm thinking, like, based off of, like, how cool fight, I think after watching I'm down the middle. Are you? Like straight, like right here down the middle. I'm thinking C tier. I agree with B or C. It's like fuck to be split heaven. I was better some of the others. Yeah, I think he's a good old C tier along with elite guard who beats the shit out of you. I don't know who's gonna be a B tier. I have a couple of ideas though. Anyways, all right, we're in the home stretch, round 3. Let's get this shit done. I mean, round 3. We're not in round 3, but I think that's the 3rd time I've said we're in the home stretch. So. Do we get to see the skin granny? Oh, yes! This is another one that I was like, hey, we're not gonna lose to this thing because I'm not watching that. So she's an unavoidable fight. I don't know if there's a lot of lore on her. I'm sure there is, but I just don't know it. I'm terrified of Skin Granny by name alone. Yeah, I don't think this particular clip will show us what she looks like not evolved, but she does have here, let me, just so you know, because she has 2 forms. So this is like, this is her disguise, and then you start fighting her, and then she turns into her true form, who we will be acquainted with shortly. Enjoy. In case y'all missed that, don't worry, I got you. Skin Granny has a new mask. Oh man, she's a fun one. Fucking weird, dude. So, in case you missed that, she has most enemies have a coin flip. I think all of them have a coin flip attack that if you miss it, it's either gonna hurt you real bad or it kills you. And this is one of the ones that kills you. So in this video, someone picked heads. It's tails. Skin Granny's arm grabs you by the face and commits face rip. I slowed the footage down and showed it here because I feel like in game it goes too fast and you don't get to see exactly like what that kind of looks like. But she wears your face. And what's cool, she has different sprites for each of the main party members you can play as. So there's 4 main party members you can play as, right? And so she has different like faces based off of which ones she snags. So this is Ragnvalder. You can see his like little red hair up there, but it's different for Darce, for Kahara, and for Enki. Anyways, that was the skin granny. How are we feeling after that? She's a goofy one, dude. I feel like Smash. Oh wait, wrong game. Smash, brother. That's crazy. Oh man. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's because she's a fun one though. I think she might be A or B. I think she might be a good B contender or like a strong A. Because really fucking creepy. The opposite of raw. Next question. The opposite of raw. I'm thinking like a solid B on that one. Drop some bombs on that granny. Gross. Oh, why are we simping for the skin granny, guys? Why is that happening? How do you guys feel about B? Are we feeling good with B? I think she's a good B contender. Double it and give it to the next person. That is wild. I'm gonna stick her up there. Look at her go. Hey, we love a girl boss. She has her passion. She has her passion. It's a little weird, but who are we to judge? Who's that dude on TikTok that was like, do girls even have hobbies? Clearly they do. Lord of the Flies is he's an interesting one. I feel like I've said that about every single fucking game over. I'm like, that's an interesting one. I'm curious to see how you guys will feel about this one. But you can save a normal, regular human from the Lord of the Flies if you play your cards right. We didn't in my playthrough because I did not play my cards right, but that's okay. you actually, if you have like certain items, you're able to break your way out of the cage. So like if you have an explosive vial or maybe a key, I don't know. There are ways to get out of the cage though. But if you don't have any of those items, yeah, you're cooked, buddy. Yeah, he's a goofy one, but I would take getting locked in a cage over getting my head beaten in. Actually, I don't know if I'd take starvation over that stuff. I don't know. That's a tough one. I think he might be at least D or C tier. I don't want to like take away from the act of starvation, so I'm leaning towards C tier versus D tier. In terms of violence, it's not as bad as the other ones, which is why I'm leaning a little more towards D tier, because this is a game of how much does this make me want to drink. And that wasn't cool, but I don't feel repulsed. I don't like that I got drugged through the city, but I don't feel repulsed. So I'm going to tentatively put him in D tier, because in terms of like how much does that make me want to shotgun several cans of alcohol, it doesn't really. So, right, we have 2 more left. So let's get these good vibes. Let's keep these good vibes going and wrap this one up. What is D tier? Water. Am I drinking water? Yeah, we're all drinking water. I gotta go get some water. The Crow Mauler. Okay, so this is gonna be a tough one because he is an iconic, I think, enemy in Fear and Hunger, and then we're gonna do guard SFW because obviously this is our last couple of dudes. But the Crow Mauler has a lot of infamy to him. Like he's like stalking you for most of the game. He's very terrifying. Like he's very difficult to beat unless you really, really puzzle out how you're gonna do it. So I don't know where he'll be. I don't know. But we're not judging him on how hard he is or like how scary he is. We're judging him on how much dying to him, the idea of dying to him makes us want to drink. So roll the footage. Now that one's a smash. Yeah, that's valid. Don't check AO3.
Fucking.
In case you guys missed that. What did that beat do? It chop. it chop a little bit. What? Rule 34? Oh God, no Rule 34. So yeah, I think so. Goddamn. Okay, hear me out, chat. The floor is yours, Tap. I think he might be a C or a D tier. All right, I no longer want to smash if that's going to happen. My AO3 is bad, but I'm getting concerned for you guys. I am not, okay, I have not that it matters, not that anyone will believe me, that the Crow Mauler has not popped up in my AO3 search history, but I do know this fandom, and they are very silly goofy. So from what I've seen on Twitter, I think the Crow Mauler is a fan favorite, so to speak. But we're not talking about on whether we want to read smutty fan fiction with the Crow Mauler. We're talking about how much watching his game over scene makes us want to drink alcohol. Are we feeling B? Are we feeling C? I don't think we're feeling D. For a second I was feeling D, but I feel like just the inevitability of how difficult that fight is, plus him just like one-ending you. Yeah. I think the Skin Granny's lonely. I'm gonna put Crow Mauler with the Skin. Kind of ship them. I'm not gonna lie. Skin Granny and Crow Mauler are good B tier. But last but not least, we have probably one of our. We're ending on a low one here, which honestly is kind of nice. We're ending with the guard safe for work. Game over. It was pretty mild, so like D. Yeah, I want to put him at B because his fight is very, very difficult, and I don't think that shows it, but like, unless you have very specific items, you will die to Peck so many times. The Skin Mauler, Crow Granny, the ship name, I can't. Anyways, here's the guard safe for work ending. I don't know. It's kind of left field-ish. I think I'm feeling a solid C, be an A or an S. Really? Oh, that's crazy. You really feeling an A or an S? I think maybe I've spent too much time watching these game overs that I've kind of like grown, I don't want to say immune, but, and I think I worked for a really long time to get the guard, you know what scene. And every time I died to the guard, I got that scene. So I think maybe I'm just tired of seeing it. You guys are thinking S tier. All right. How are we feeling about these placements? Does the Vor beat, I think based off how you guys are asking, I think he beats Nasra. Because Nasra is just, you just get squished like a bug. That's crazy. Like, if I were in that situation, that'd be such a shit way to go. Yeah, you're not, I mean, fair enough. I did the hold on thing for a while. Brother, you're done. The game is waiting for you to accept defeat, so you wouldn't touch the game after that? That's crazy. That's not crazy. I'm not saying that's an out-of-pocket way of thing. I just didn't expect that. All right, so the Vor ending, which I didn't realize that was a term for that. The Vor ending is an S tier. And more importantly, S is for Soju, so cheers. Yeah, I'm looking at our sequence here. For me personally, Harvestman vastly outranks the guard NSFW scene because of how fucking weird it is. But maybe that's also because I've seen the full version. But I think our lineups here are pretty good. How are you guys feeling for S, A, B, and C? I'm gonna switch Lord of the Flies with the error because I feel like getting an error report when I'm about to die to a guard would be infinitely better than getting drugged through Mahab. I'm feeling okay about this lineup with the other tiers. Nah, being eaten alive is terrifying. I don't think that's what, maybe that is what was happening there. I don't know. I didn't think that's what was happening there, but I could be wrong. It would have needed to step away. Yeah, that's valid. Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate it, and I really hope you enjoyed. Before I wrap things up, I do want to address something real quick. So, I'm a relatively new player to the franchise. I've watched a ton of content on Fear and Hunger, but in terms of gameplay, I think I have about 15 to 20 hours in the game, so I would still say relatively new. And when I went to go get some of these game overs, unfortunately, my save data corrupted when I was turning off one of the mods that allows me to stream the game by covering up, you know, it censors some of the less savory parts of the game. But that's all to say, I lost my save data, and my plan was to go back through my Darce playthrough and just pick out certain points where she was near certain enemies so I could get those game overs, but unfortunately I was not able to do that. And I was in a little bit of a time crunch for this video because I wanted to do it on stream on a certain day, so I did have to pull from other creators' footage of some of these game overs. When I could, I did what I could to get game overs from my own gameplay and my own footage because I don't like taking from other creators. But I did credit every creator I used throughout the video in the top left corner when we were using footage from one of their videos. So, and I will have all of their links in the description below, so please make sure you go check them out and give them credit where credit is due for some of these excruciating game overs that we experienced together. They deserve the credit for the little bits and pieces that we were able to watch from their playthroughs, and like I said, please just make sure you go check out their channels as well. Okay, now that that's over, I also want to give a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to my Patreon. I love and appreciate all of you. Thank you for the continued support. If you're interested in getting early access to YouTube videos and requesting one free shot a month during a stream, check out the link in the description below, and you get cool access to chats and Discord. Anyways, thank you again. If there's any other ranking style videos that you would like to see, please let me know. I honestly had such a fun time editing and setting this one up. Obviously, we did not get to all of the game overs that you can experience in this game, partially because of a time crunch and also because there were some of them that I was like, I don't know how I'm going to show this on screen. Oh my gosh. So, but if that is something that we would be interested in, let me know. I think we could probably set something up. We'll see. Anyways, thank you again. Make sure to come check us out on Twitch and Discord, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.